What's going on, everyone? Mitch here from Omnibuddy, and today we are doing an overview of Savage Dragon, the Vault Edition. This comes to us from Image Comics and is written with art by Erik Larsen. What's going on, Omnibuddies? Today I am super excited to dive into an overview of this Mammoth Behemoth Savage book. Savage Dragon. This is the Vault Edition. You can see that this thing is giant. Now, I don't have like the hugest head or anything, but like this thing is enormous. Like it's giant sized. So if you don't know Vault Edition, it is like basically one-to-one, nearly one-to-one scale of the original art from the actual like drawings, and it is crazy cool. So if you don't know Savage Dragon, this has all the actual like text in it, so you can actually read the story, which is super cool. It's not like a huge part of the story, it's the beginning, which is awesome. So if you are in love with this book and you want to start reading Savage Dragon and you want to start with a cool artist edition, you can actually start here, which is super cool, because sometimes the artist editions or the crazy like Vault Edition type things are like just different parts of the story or like well-loved parts of the story that they picked, and they're not actually places where you can begin with. So that's really cool, is that you can actually begin reading this here, and then hey, you can go pick up those deluxe editions from OPB. Hey, you can use my code if you want to save a few bucks, a couple bucks, whatever. But super cool edition. This thing is giant. It's gonna be difficult to show off on camera because I'm gonna have to like back the camera way up or something. I don't know. But anyways, let's lay this thing down on the table. It's basically a table in and of itself, and check this book out. All right, so here we have Savage Dragon, the Vault Edition. This thing is an absolute behemoth of a book. There is the front. Here you go on that nice little spine shot, not really little, giant spine shot. And here is the back of the book. This is published by Image Comics. Has this great spot gloss all over it. That whole section spot gloss. Savage Dragon is spot gloss, and the title and all that, with this white line work behind it is just regular, not gloss. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And then let's dig into this. So it has these enormous end papers here. I am a huge fan of end paper art. So anytime a book does that, I absolutely love it. And it has different end paper art on the other side of the book, which is great. A little bit of the color in there, in that hatch tone stuff. But yeah, so really cool. Just giant. And it's not like super pixelated, which is incredible that this large of a print of this page is not pixelated. Super cool. All right, let's get into it. So we have Erik Larsen. Erik Larsen is the creator, writer, artist of Savage Dragon. And if you don't know about Savage Dragon, super cool story. It's like I said, it's by Erik Larsen, and it is actually one of the first, like one of the two major launches that launched with Image Comics along with Spawn. So it was like Spawn and Savage Dragon were the two kind of headliners that launched Image Comics in '92. And it's actually the longest ongoing series, because it's still ongoing series in color that is written and drawn by a single creator. So pretty cool right there, that this has been going for so long and that there's so much Savage Dragon and that it's all been done by basically written and drawn by Erik Larsen. Obviously there's, you got your letters and yeah, so, but super cool. I mean, I love seeing scans of pages, especially at this scale. make sure I get the light in there, but how you can see like all the side notes and all about the books and your crop and bleed marks and all of that kind of stuff on there. Just incredible, incredible detail. So if you are into the Savage Dragon, this is definitely a must own coffee table, centerpiece, top of your bookshelf, you know, up on top type of book. This collects, basically you get your first Savage Dragon 1 through 3, and then it also collects material from the Dragon 1 through 5. So you get the original kind of run of Savage Dragon. So if you're new to this series and you've been wanting to read it, and you are very much into these giant vault artist type editions where you're seeing all this work around it and the side notes and, you know, like pasting new things over the art, and you can see all of that. This is definitely a great way to go because it's something to behold. It is something to hold, and it can hold other things too. It's like a serving tray. I mean, bringing it downstairs to film with it, I like had my camera, my microphone, a bunch of lights on there, all this stuff, because it can hold it. It's like a little serving tray to go with it. Anyways, really great quality. The paper is great thickness. Here, let me grab a light real quick here. Like, unless you have a light up against the back of the page, you're really not seeing through it. As you can see there, like nothing coming through until you kind of go on the back side. Like really nice page and paper thickness here. So if you're unfamiliar with Savage Dragon, he's basically a dude who wakes up out in a Parker field. I forgot what it is. Parker field, something like that. He wakes up after like an explosion, and he's discovered, and he's kind of in Chicago, and really like in the midst of like all the gang wars and craziness in Chicago, and police are going nuts. And there's some superheroes, but there is a bunch of kind of super villains and bunch of gangs and mafia types causing problems. And he basically gets co-opted by the police force sneakily to become a police officer, like a super officer, kind of a RoboCop type situation, only he's not Robo. He is a mutant monster savage, the Savage Dragon. So they co-opt him to be a force to be reckoned with and to take on all of those other forces. So pretty cool stuff. This, as you can see, is not in color, which is kind of interesting. I mean, I like the whole thing is like this is I guess it's written and drawn, not necessarily colored yeah. Anyways, let's keep scooching through it. So really cool. You got your early 90s, your very cool like vibe of this stuff. I mean, in my I'm getting a heavy. I mean, this is obviously coming out about the same time as like Ninja Turtles and things like that, but like that's very heavy original Mirage TMNT Kevin Eastman look to it. So if you enjoyed that art of TMNT and you've never read Savage Dragon, this could be right up your alley. And I do love there's some other artists editions, vault edition type books that are this giant, but they don't actually have the lettering or even a lot of the like bubbles ready. It's just straight art. I absolutely love the fact that you can actually read this story and get the original first 3 issues and jump into Savage Dragon this way. And then obviously it's got other parts of the Dragon 1 through 5 in here too. So very cool book. Really cool story, great characters, really like got that early 90s, late 80s kind of Chicago gritty vibe going on, and dang, these like giant 2-page spreads are just incredible. Like, you know, you can see as I'm flipping through here, obviously there's, you know, the page format isn't the exact same as the actual pages, which I think is a little strange that you have all this extra, but I guess I'd rather have that than having it cut up against and like actually cut into it, have a chance at that. So like when you do get those giant 2-page spreads, I'm trying to find another one here, like that, incredible, but it is a little annoying that there is that bar down the middle, because there is like literally no gutter loss. The book just lays perfectly flat. I guess I could hold it up there for you so you can see. Really nice eye hole, and really great sewn binding, and it's holding together really, really fantastic. And yeah, so I guess, you know, a lot of books you get that little bit of gutter loss in there, so you know you kind of anticipate that, but so it does kind of break up those 2-page spreads. But I mean, you're still just, I mean, this book is so enormous. Like, I have my camera like way as high as it can go, and like my table is as big as this book is like taking up the entire thing. So maybe I'll do my overviews on top of this book from now on or something like that, but who knows. Anyways, really cool story, really good art, really fun. It's definitely not a kid's story. Definitely has some more mature themes and things going on in here. But dang, look at that. Wow. I'm just kind of just blown away by this. Here, I can try and hold it up a little bit, show off some of that glorious Larsen line work. And just, I love when art, oh man, look at that spatter right there. So nice. I love when there is just a lot of like thick, dark black lines all over like this. Like, it's not just like shaded or that cross hatching or whatever. So I love when they do that, and it's just these dark shadows. I mean, come on. Instead of like, some people might call it lazy or something like that. Like, oh, you didn't do any texture in the hair or in the couch. But I love when they use that just complete saturation and really give some really cool shadow work. Like exactly like this, where it's just, oh, there's no background, but dang, you can really tell a lot of what's going on, and it conveys a lot of emotion too, which is super cool. Like this light and dark, and just so much good emotion in there conveyed through this. So all right, so that we have the content of the story, and now we have like these pinups and sketches in the back. And dang, like some of these, it's like, if this book wasn't so awesome, I'd want to like cut out some of these pages and use them as like posters to hang up and print. I mean, come on. Wow. Just so glorious. I mean, so if you love Larsen's art and you love Savage Dragon, or you're very interested in it, this is definitely a great, I'm just kind of talking and flipping through and enjoying myself, because dang, this is some incredible art. You know, you know that an artist is good, but then you see it so close up like this, and then it really hits you in the face with how good it is. But dang, yeah. So, and then you have a little bit of the about Erik Larsen here. Grew up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, raised in Bellingham, Washington. Oh my gosh, I grew up in Wisconsin and had a lot of friends and family in Minnesota, Minneapolis, and I live in Washington now. This man, I need to connect with him, because we're the same. We're the same, Mr. Larsen. We're like Midwest to West Coast Washington together. Anyways, and then, wow, this glorious end sheet paper. Oof, so good. Anyways, that is it. This book does retail. This book does retail for $150 MRSP, But you can pick it up from our friends at Organic Price Books for currently 30% off for $105. And hey, you could use my code or any of the other creator codes out there for all those other great YouTubers and TikTokers and Instagrammers and Facebookers and all of them. They all have great codes. So spread the love, but use those codes, get a little bit of extra couple bucks off, or if you're gonna, combine shipping with some other books, 5% off your order. But definitely head over to OPB if you are interested in the Savage Dragon. Currently, volumes 1 and 2 is available at OPB for the deluxe editions, collecting a ton of the story, and volume 3 has been solicited, so hopefully that should be dropping in early 2025. All right, that is it. All right, so that was a quick look at Savage Dragon Vault Edition by Erik Larsen. Man, I am so excited to have this in my collection. I don't really know where I'm gonna put it. Maybe I'll have to use it as like behind other books as like wall art. I mean, you can see like on my shelves, it's like it takes up way more than a normal shelf. Like my library edition stuff is over here on that bottom shelf, and it is far bigger than any omnibus library edition, anything like that, which is crazy cool because I generally don't think of Image Comics as having like this scale of books. I mean, I know they have things that are larger, like library size, but most often what I think of when I think of Image hardcovers are the like deluxe editions, like Descender and Saga and Criminal and all of those types of things. And those are regular oversized hardcovers. So getting something like this is just insane. And I gotta say, like, the quality of this book, after flipping through it a bunch of times and reading it and really checking it out, it's just really great quality, which is super cool to see, because sometimes these things are awesome to look at, but they're not awesome to flip through and read because they're so big and the paper's so heavy that they start falling apart. But man, it's just super solid. Like I don't know if you can see me in there, but it is a really nice eye hole, and dang, like so nice. And really, like, it's for a vault edition, for an edition this size, relatively affordable. So if you want, you can head over to OPB, Organic Price Books. You can use my code Omnibuddy or Omnibuddy Ship It Together, depending on how many books you're ordering, and save some money that way. But dang, if you are into Savage Dragon, or you want to start reading it and you want a really cool way to jump into this character, definitely a great way to go. And hey, if you want to pick up some of the other oversized hardcovers, you can get volumes 1 and 2 from OPB. Volume 3 was solicited for early 2025, I think, unless they changed it at this point. But you can pick up those oversized hardcovers. You can pick up this guy and get a whole Savage haul coming to your house. But that's it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notification, do all of those things. But the most important thing you can do is comment. Let me know in the comments what your favorite, like, behemoth, vault sized, like vault edition, artist edition, I guess Taschen, however you say it. Sometimes in my head, I read trash can, which is terrible, but those editions, what your favorite, like, extremely large book is, like even bigger than like Monster Size Hellboy or Big Damn Sin City or something like that. Let me know in the comments what your favorite giant behemoth mammoth size book is, because these things are super cool, and I kind of want to get some more of them. I loved Pretty Deadly and all that too, but definitely let me know in the comments what your favorite is. All right, that's it. Take care. Stay cool.